Hello everyone. Yesterday we had discussed about monohybrid cross and the result of the monohybrid cross. We studied about law of dominance and law of segregation. Today we will discuss about dihybrid cross. As I told you, Mendel made two crosses. These are monohybrid and dihybrid cross. The two laws, the law of dominance and the law of segregation, both these laws were the result of monohybrid cross. And the third law, that is the law of independent assortment, is the result of dihybrid cross. So I will explain that what is dihybrid cross and how the dihybrid cross explain the law of independent assortment. Actually, in dihybrid cross, Mendel observed the inheritance of two genes simultaneously, or you can say at the same time. Dihybrid cross is the cross in which two characters were considered at the same time during the cross hybridization. As I told you, in monohybrid cross, you studied about the pattern of the inheritance of a single trait, a single character. I put an example also, like height of the plant. And regarding the height of the plant, you studied that what kind of the plants they are going to be appear in F1 and F2 generation. But here in dihybrid cross, we are taking here the two characters at the same time as the Mendel did his experiment. He took these two characters, for example, you can take other examples also. Shape of the seed, the first one is the shape of the seed. Shape of the seed. And the second one is the color of the seed. The shape of the seed has two contrasting. These are round and wrinkled. The round you can write with the symbol RR, and wrinkle, and the wrinkle is the recessive pattern, recessive gene, so you write in small. The same like in the color of the seed, the yellow color was dominant trait, capital YY, and the yellow was dominant over the green. So you can write here small YY. It means these two are the characters, or you can say traits. This is dominant and this one is the recessive. Here how many traits are the characters I have written? These two characters are there, shape of the seed, and second one is the color of the seed. Mendel made two crosses in between two plants, RR, YY, round and yellow seed, and one plant has the small RR, small YY, wrinkled and grained seed. So how many plants of the pea plants Mendel took for the dihybrid cross? He selected 2 plants. In one plant, the shape of the seed was, how it was? Round, but the color was yellow. The shape of the seed is round, you can see here, while the color is yellow. And in one plant, the shape of the seed was, how it was? It was constricted, or you can say wrinkled, and the color was green. This is for green color. And you should also know that round is dominant over the wrinkled and yellow is dominant over the green. It means, suppose if the trait is like this, if the plant is having the genotype like this, the R is for round, is small R for, this is for round, this is small for, as I told you, wrinkled, the capital Y for yellow, and this small y for green. So how the plants will appear? Suppose if the genotype is like this, it will be round and yellow. Why it is round and yellow? Why wrinkle is not going to express its characteristics? As I told you, the round is dominant over the wrinkled, so it will be round, and this capital Y, the yellow, is dominant over the green. That's why the yellow will be appear, and this will be hybrid round and yellow in the real sense. So round is the dominant trait and wrinkled is the recessive trait. Yellow, in the case of color, yellow is dominant over the green. And I am going to make a cross, dihybrid cross. I will explain by taking this example. But here you can see that how many characters are considered in this cross. You can say here, total how many characters have been taken. These are not the characteristics. These two characters are there, shape of the seed, and the second one is the color of the seed. In the shape of the seed, two contrastings were there, round and wrinkled. Overall, the round seed and the wrinkled seed, we are talking about a single character. So, both they are included in this character, that is shape of the seed. The color of the seed is entirely different from the shape, and the color is yellow and green. Yellow and green both are the contrasting of this character, color of the seed. So the cross in which two characters are considered at the same time, this is said to be what? Dihybrid cross. And in dihybrid cross, Mendel wanted to see the pattern of the inheritance of the two genes together. That how the two genes, they are going to be inherited from parents to their offspring, to the F1 generation, to the F2 generation, like this. So, let us see the cross in detail. R and YY. One plant was round and what kind of the seed? R for round and yellow seed. The another plant has the small r or small yy, wrinkled and green seed. Now you cross it. And I told you in the law of segregation, out of these two alleles, only one allele enters inside a gamete. So from RR, these two are, one R will come in the pollen grain, and from here also a single Y will come in the pollen grain. Here also small, out of these two R, one R comes inside the gamete as per law of segregation, and this is for Y, small y. Again in the zygote, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. So all the plants of F1 generation, these plants are round and yellow seed. These plants are for which generation? First filial generation, or you can say F1 generation. After the cell crossing, one you will consider as the male, the another you will consider as the female. Now, to know the F2 generation, you have to make a checkerboard. This checkerboard, as I told you, given by the Punnett, to know the phenotypic and genotypic ratio. Now in the cross, you will prepare this table like this. So once again you say here, one plant Mendel took, that plant has what kind of a seed? The seed was round and the color was yellow. In another plant, the shape of the seed was wrinkled and the color was green. After this cross pollination, or you can say cross fertilization, Mendel observed all the F1 generation plants, and these plants were round, having round and yellow seed. Why it is round and yellow? This is actually hybrid round and yellow, because the capital R, the round is dominant over the wrinkled, so it will be round, and this yellow is dominant over the green, that's why it looks yellow. Here, why I have written 2 times? Because I am going to make here the self crossing. We are not, so because of the self crossing, one I will consider here as a male and another it will be considered as the female. Because the plant is same, so 2 times you have to write the genotype same. Now you see what kind of the pollen grains will be formed from here. The pollen grains, the capital R, capital Y, the capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, and small r, small y. Please see here. These 4 in the female also. Here, what kinds of egg will be produced? Capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. How the gametes are going to be produced of these 4 types? Here, it is because of the law of independent assortment. You try to understand here. These 4 pollen grains are produced, you can see here, this capital R and small r, this is for the shape of the seed, and this capital Y and small y, this is for color of the seed. Now during the gamete formation, as you know, both the alleles of a character will never go in the same pollen grain. Means the same, a particular pollen grain will have a single allele out of two. It means from these two R, the pollen grain will receive only one allele, not both. That's why in the pollen grain you can't see here that I have repeated here RR, either YY. But actually this is because of the law of segregation, that both the alleles of a particular trait, of a particular character, they are segregated to each other during the gamete formation. But what is law of independent assortment? As per law of independent assortment, the alleles of a character, how many characters are there? Here, two characteristics are there. This is for shape of the seed, capital R and small r, and the capital Y and small y, this is for color of the seed. Now you see the definition. As per law of independent assortment, the alleles of a character are independent to assort the alleles of other character at the time of gamete formation, and this is called law of independent assortment. It means the capital R can assort with the capital Y during the gamete formation. It can mix, the capital R can go along with the small y. If the capital R is going to assort with the capital Y, what kind of the gamete will be formed? Capital R, capital Y. The capital R is also independent to assort with the small y during the gamete formation. If the capital R is going with the small y, the gamete will be capital R, small y. If small r is also independent to assort with other characters, allele, if small r is going to assort with the capital Y, the gamete will be small r, capital Y. And if small r is going to assort with the small y, so the gamete will be small r, small y. So what is law of independent assortment? Law of independent assortment. The alleles of a character, the alleles of a character is the alleles of a character are independent to assort with the alleles of other character during gamete formation, and this is called law of independent assortment. It means, once again you can see here, the RR will never go into the same pollen grain. The small y, the capital Y and small y, both the alleles of the color will never go in the same gamete. Only one allele will enter into a particular gamete. But as per law of independent assortment, the alleles of a character, means these two alleles of the shape of the seed, they are independent to assort with the alleles of other character they will not go with the same allele, but they can assort with the alleles of other character, and this is called law of independent assortment. Because the genotype is same, so the eggs are also of the same kind like the pollen grains. Now you make here the crosses. How the zygote is going to be formed? The capital R, capital Y, capital Y. From here up to here you can cross R, capital Y, small y. Then the third one R, capital Y, R, small r. What you are doing? You are going to make here the offspring for F2 generation. These are the zygote, which can produce the seed, and seed can produce the the young ones, the offspring of F2 generation. Now you make the cross like this. Both the capital R, capital Y, small y. Dominant you will write before. Again R, Y. Then R, capital Y, small y. R, small y. This is small y. Capital R, small r, capital Y, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. You practice it. That how small r, capital Y, R, capital Y, small y. Then capital R, small r, capital R, small r, and this is like this. Now you write down the phenotypic expression. These are the plants of F2 generation. F2, or you can say second filial generation. R, this is for round, and this YY for round and yellow. RR, round. Y is dominant over this small y. Actually, this small y is for green, but because of the law of dominance here, it will appear y is dominant over small y, so it will be round and yellow. Here also round and yellow, round and the capital R is dominant over the small r, capital Y is dominant over the small y, so it will be round and yellow. Here also round and yellow, round and, now this is small, both the small y are here, then it will be small y for green, round and green. This is round and yellow, round and green, small y, round and yellow, round and yellow. Small r for wrinkled and yellow. This is also small r for wrinkled and capital Y for yellow, wrinkled and yellow, round and yellow, round and green. Small r for green and yellow, and small r, this is single, green and wrinkled and green. This is small r for green, wrinkled and green. Now you write down here how many round and yellow, the phenotypic ratio. Write down here phenotypic ratio of dihybrid cross. How many round and yellow are here? Round and yellow total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Round and yellow seed 9. This is round and green. Round and green. Let us see. Round and green. This one. Round and green. This one. Round and green. So 3 plants are around having the seeds which are round and green. Then wrinkled and yellow. Wrinkled and yellow 3. Wrinkled and yellow. Wrinkled and yellow. And sorry, this is not green, this is also wrinkled. Wrinkled and green. Wrinkled and green. Sorry, wrinkled and yellow 3. 1, 2, 3. And the last one is the wrinkled and green. Wrinkled and green is 1. So the ratio will be, phenotypic ratio of the dihybrid cross is 9:3:3:1. You have to learn about dihybrid phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1. 9 indicates round and yellow seed. 3 plants are having round and green seed, and 3 plants are wrinkled and yellow seed, and 1 plant will have wrinkled and green seed. And all these plants, they are appear in which generation? In F2 generation. So overall, in F1 generation, what you have observed in this diagram, when Mendel made dihybrid cross, all the dihybrid cross in between the plants having the round and yellow seed with the plant having the wrinkled and green seed, he obtained all the plants of F1 generation which are having a round and yellow seed. But after the self crossing, after selfing, he obtained the F2 generation plants, and in F2 generation he obtained the plants in the phenotypic ratio of 9:3:3:1. You can also write about the genotypic ratio. I am going to tell you how the genotypic ratio you can find out. Genotypic ratio. The genotypic ratio is 1:2:2:4:4. One ratio, 2:1, 2:1. You can find out their genotypic ratio, but generally phenotypic ratio is asked. Genotypic ratio, it may be asked in the NEET examination, but how you can trace out the genotypic ratio? You can say this is actually the genotypic ratio of the dihybrid cross. 1:2:4:1:2:1:1. 1. Now how you will find out? Round and yellow. Just you see that how many pure round and pure yellow seed plants they are going to appear in this checkerboard. Just you say that how many RR and capital YY are here. I think only one round, pure round and pure yellow. You can't see any other places except in the first position. So pure, it indicates first one pure round and pure yellow. Out of 16 plants, one is pure round and pure yellow. 2. Now you say round and yellow. This one, this genotype, capital RR and capital YY. How many places they are found? Here, definitely one more places it will be there. You place say the diagram. Here also. So pure round and hybrid yellow, this two indicates, this one indicates pure round and pure yellow, this two indicates pure round but hybrid yellow. Now the third, this one round and yellow. 2, this one hybrid round and pure yellow. Again you will find at the two places this genotype here and here. Hybrid round and pure yellow. Out of 16, the two plants, these were hybrid round and pure yellow. So you can trace out to see the different genotypes, whether it is pure or hybrid, and finally you can see the genotypic ratio of dihybrid cross also. So what is the phenotypic ratio of monohybrid cross? The phenotypic ratio of the monohybrid cross is 3:1, and the genotypic ratio of dihybrid cross is 9:3:3:1. Genotypic ratio of the monohybrid cross, it is very simple. You can learn 1:2:, as I told you, 2 hybrid tall and 1 is pure dwarf. While the genotypic ratio I have written here of the dihybrid class 1:2:2:4:1:1:2:1:1. But you will write below also that what is 1, what is 2, what is their phenotype also. Here you will write pure round and pure yellow like this, pure round and hybrid yellow. So accordingly you will write in the genotypic ratio also. So that's all for today. Before I finish this lesson, you please note down some of the questions related to the topics which I taught today and yesterday also. Please note down question number 1. Question number 1. Write the differences between following. Write the differences between following monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Question number 2. Explain law of dominance. Explain law of dominance with the help of checkerboard. With the help of checkerboard. Question number 3. how law of segregation is different from law of dominance. How law of segregation is different from law of dominance. Question number 4. Write the phenotypic and genotypic ratio of dihybrid cross. And the last question is explain law of independent assortment. Explain law of independent assortment with the help of checkerboard. So that's all for today. Tomorrow I will teach you the next topic. Thanks.